It's me, Renee. I'm back. And June is Pride Month, and I decided to do something I don't do often, which is a review. A review. A review? Yeah. So I'm gonna review a whole series, not just one book. Yeah, and I just finished the last book in the series because, yeah. So the series is The Bone Spindle, which consists of the Bone Spindle, Severed Thread, and the Cursed Rose. Now, these you might be confused, like, what is that? The covers? This is the UK covers. So I found this book also, yeah, just to know quite at the front. This is going to be a non-spoiler review, a quick non-spoiler review. So you can watch this if you haven't read these books. So I don't quite remember where I found this book, where I found it, like how I figured out about it. I do know that I read it 3 years ago now, so the year it came out, and also I think I probably saw it around some different lists on Goodreads. I think I did that, and I was kind of curious to like get to it. Like the cover is beautiful, but then it's been described as, let's check out to be precise. It has like one of those. If you like this, you will like this. Okay, so it says on Goodreads, Sleeping Beauty meets Indiana Jones. For fans of Sorcery and Thorns and All the Stars and Teeth. And I believe someplace also it said like for fans of A Court in Thorns and Roses, which I don't like A Court of Thorns and Roses. I have not read Sorcery of Thorns and All the Stars and Teeth. I love retellings, and I enjoy Indiana Jones. So I was like, should I read it? Should I read it? Should I read it? Like when you have like lots of things like fans of this and this and this, it's like what should you do then when you like some parts of the things they're comparing to, but not other parts? So it's kind of going back and forth and back and forth. And then I just randomly thought, you know what? I'm curious. I want to get. So I bought the first book, and now this is embarrassing. And this is in no way a problem with the book. What I did, I bought the first book in March 2022. I read like the first, I think I read like the prologue and a chapter or two, and then I put it down. And then I put it back up again in June and finished it in June. And so I read like 80% of it in June. And then I did the same thing with The Severed Thread. I read the first and second chapter in February, and then read the rest of it in June. And I did, yeah, so yeah, used foreign books, but yeah, and then the same thing with the Cursed Rose. So this last book, I read them over half a year instead of like a few days, which honestly they should. I'm not gonna say how you should read stuff. Some people are slow readers, and also if you love to read but you have a busy life, you might read like 20 books a year, and that means that you read slowly and also don't read often, but you still love to read. But yeah, so that's honestly, you might think like, why are you even mentioning this? Because honestly, it is the only, I repeat, the only thing that's bad about this book. Oh, sorry, this book series. At least for me, kind of took a bit to get into the story. That's probably kind of why I prefer urban fantasy, because it's our world, so it's not really a problem to get into the story. When it's a different world, it's always, at least for me, a bit like, to get into the story. I kind of have to get to a certain point, or something has to happen in the book. There has to be like a big like whoa moment, or yeah, well, like a huge whoa moment. So yeah, but yeah, yeah, I mean this book, it, and also this series is just so amazing. One of the things that I very much love about this book, and yeah, also why I have finished the series during Pride Month, is that um, it has a lesbian relationship at the center. Well, okay, so it's this dual point of view. There's two main characters. You have, just gonna double check. You have Shane, which is a lesbian, and Fee, who's I don't really think her sexuality is mentioned. She's in a male-female relationship, but I don't really feel like sexuality is mentioned that much. But yeah. Anyway, you have one of the main characters is a lesbian who has like a female love interest, and that's that love interest there and the story between those two is just a great developed storyline. And also in this sorry, in this first book, so you have the main characters. You have Fee, who's a code cracker kind of code cracker treasure hunter. She hunts treasure. And then you have Shane, who's a hunts person. So she goes around hunting things. She goes around collecting things, and yeah, she's all about hunting down. She steals. She hunts down different things, and yeah. So I suppose they both kind of find things that are missing or things that are difficult to find. But Fee is she's a bit more academic. Shane is a bit more like the fighter, like physical person. And so, like in the beginning of the first book, they kind of get a life frozen together. So they go on this journey, this quest together for like this one time, because usually both of them don't really work with other people, but because of circumstance, they have to work together in this book, and then for reasons they work together in the second book and the third book. Sorry. So they develop this nice friendship, these two, Fee and Shane, but they also have each their love interest. And also in this first book, a one villain that you kind of meet a bit in like one or two chapters is a man. And then most of the other villains, like there's like the big villain that's in all three books is a witch, so a woman. And then lots of other characters that you meet in this story, in this series, and also this first book, are women. And also, yeah, and like the main love interest of Shane is a woman, so like you have lots of females, and I just love that. Like sometimes you have a book where it's a female main character, but like lots of people around them are male or male pretending. Here, that's not the thing. Like the people that are male is honestly in minority, so that's just quite fun. Like to see all the different aspects of female representation in all different ways, really. Uh, they go swashbuckling. They go like on a quest around different kingdoms to find the things that they need to find. Because that's just gonna be the way I'm gonna say it, because it's a spoiler-free review. You get action-packed scenes, like scary scenes, action-packed scenes where they have to run from villains. You have funny scenes. You have some romantic scenes. You have you have funny scenes, like funny dialogue. You have everything. You have a rich world, a rich cast of characters, everything. As I said, this book, I suppose it's so rich that it takes a bit to get into, but I suppose maybe that's my mind. Like, I suppose if you love high fantasy, you will love this, I would say, because it's not like difficult to get into. It's just me that has a bit of fantasy brain. So yeah, uh, every aspect of this story is just so amazing. I just love it so much. Uh, and then yeah, after finishing this book, I'm like, oh my god, new favorite series, new favorite book. Love this book so much. Also, this series is written by Leslie Vedder, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I'm not. This is her debut book, so I'm kind of thinking she has to have been drinking some smart juice because creative juice, because this is just, yeah, as I said, perfect breed. It's just, I have zero complaints. It is just so perfect. And so then, and yeah, again, yeah, the book, uh, uh, great plot line, great plot line, great characters, great romance. It has everything, and also unpredictability. You don't never really know what's gonna happen. There's so many twists and turns in it, and just a rich storyline. And yeah, love it so much. And I think, okay, I love this world, this book. I know it's the first in series. I'm gonna pick up the second book, but the second book, it can't be as good as the first book, could it? No, it's not as good. It's better. It is better. It's just it takes everything that you learned in the first book and then put it on a different level, and it just like adds so many layers, and it is just also just all the feels. It's just as amazing as the first book. Well, no, sorry, not just amazing. It's amazinger. It's better than the first book. It's just so good. Again, great plots, unpredictable plots, action scenes, romance scenes, funny scenes, great storyline, great with the world is expanded. It's just amazing. And then you think, well, how can these two books? I mean, yeah, sometimes the first two books in the series are great, very good, and then the last book probably can't be as good as the first two ones, can they? Yes, it can. I mean, yeah, this book, it's just amazing. This honestly, this series has just changed my life. I would say this is a series I would say you have to pick up if you haven't read any books for many years, or if you read some books but you're not like a big reader, if you read this, you'll understand that there are perfect books out in the world, books that will like give you all the feels and all the emotions and change your life, really, change your year and also change your life. And this, these are what dreams are made of, really. It's amazing, amazing books, all of them. And like this is the last. I'm pretty sure it's like it's kind of been described as like the last in in the trilogy. But I do feel like the world is kind of big, and like the end, like one of the bad guys is a small bad guy, but well, still one of the bad guys is not completely taken down. But I feel like you could have either a novella or like a companion book where you have like they taken down this bad guy. Though of course you could also just make a head canon in your head, but yeah. I mean, yeah. If you like fairy tale retellings, or honestly, if you just want a good time, pick up these books. I'm telling you, you have to do it. Don't think about it. Do it. And then you think, well, I have too many books on my shelf. Get them from the library. No worries. Find them in a little free bookstore. Wish them for you for Christmas, or if your birthday is in fall. Or, I mean, or you could just buy them all now and binge them so they won't stay on your shelf forever because they're so bingeable and they're just so amazing. I mean, also as in addition, like so beautiful covers, so beautiful. And sorry, I think I actually forgot to say that this dual point of view, well, several point of view. So mostly I have the point of view of Fee and Shane, but sometimes I had a point of view of Red, the love interest of Shane, and sometimes you have a point of view of one of the villains. So yeah, it's just all the amazing aspects. It's just an amazing, perfect series. Check it out.